And welcome here to the Flatout live broadcast of the Sim Racers for Mental Health Race of Champions Modified Series. I'm your host, Matthew Rodriguez, along here with Samuel Dyer. Now, Sam, we've basically traded out one bull ring for another bull ring. We've went from the bull ring to South Boston. What's your expectations?
South Boston is going to be a very tricky track here with these cars. I've been noticing here throughout practice that the cars have been struggling to get off of turn 2 and turn 4. Getting off these corners is very difficult with these cars. If they get into the get too low, they get a little bit sideways. Also, being side by side, it's a little tricky. You want to stick on the bottom, and that's where the safest place is.
Now, it's worth noting that I believe our winner last week, Tahan Dank, he's starting in the second position, a strong showing from him. But we also have some new names up here because last week we was kind of marred by cautions and we just didn't have a chance for some of these names to get up in the field.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the things that we're going to be seeing this race. Last race was a whole bunch of cautions. We'll see if they can keep it clean this time around. I'm hoping that we get to see a clean green flag run. It's 80 laps and a very short track, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Very excited about the competition. If you look at the qualifying times, all the times are in just less than a few seconds of each other.
Yeah, our pole sitter comes in with a 13.9. The 13.9s are pretty much all there until you get to about 7th, where we get a 14 flat. And they stay close until about 22nd. Wherever from the leader to 22nd, it's about a 10th or 2/10 off one another.
As I see here, the field is rolling off. I do see that last week's winner, oh, my apologies, last week's winner was Tahan Dank, but we also do have Evan Nugent. He's starting all the way back in, I believe, let's see, starting all the way back in the 16th position. I think he's going to have a chance to actually work through the field because we've seen this at South Boston before. Do you think they're going to have a chance to work through the field, or is it just going to be got to bump and run everyone?
I think bumping and running is what we're going to see a lot of. It's going to be really tricky with these open wheel vehicles if they clean through everyone, but that's going to be the trickiest thing of getting through this pack.
And almost the optimal line to run is all the way down on that apron at South Boston as they get ready to get going green here. Riley O'Keefe leads. As the completion of lap one, the 38 of Riley O'Keefe is leading. Ryan Gavel in second, Tahan Dank in third. Looks like Tahan fell back a little bit on that.
And everyone pretty much went single file, and you have to go all the way back to about...
As a 77 has a little bit of connection issue there.
A little bit, but it's around 16, 15 that you're seeing a lot of too wide action. And caution's out.
Caution is out. Looking throughout the field, looks like the 15 may have been involved. The 15 of Kenny Zeems. As we take a look back to see why we were placed under that caution. It looks like, I don't know if Zeems was involved. It looks like he was just a little bit slow.
Think so. I'm looking through the field trying to figure out where this caution happened. But that's the trickiest thing. I mean, these short tracks with these types of vehicles, it's going to be very tricky to keep it clean. Everyone's so close. And getting all bunched up together for another green flag, it's going to be interesting to see how close everyone can be and try to go green this time around.
I'm still having trouble finding the caution. Oh, I think I may have found it. It was the 9 of Patrick Hoser. As we see here, see Hoser off to the inside. See him just start losing it. He's trying that apron line. Loses it, hits the inside wall, still stuck on the inside wall, starts pulling back up, and I believe that's what triggered the caution.
Yeah, the apron is one of the trickiest parts of this track. With these cars and the way they're set up, you really want to stay in the track line. If you go into the apron at all, you really have a good chance of just losing the back end.
But really, I'm sure you've run this track many of times. At least with the K&N cars, I mean, when you're running down that line, the best place to be is hooking your tires over that yellow line, just trying to get the best route through the corner.
Yeah, that's the fine line. If you are right on the yellow line, really, the car loves it and will just stick there. But if you go anywhere below the yellow line, that's when the back end you'll just lose it and it will start going around.
See Ryan Gavel there. I believe he may have gotten his connection issues fixed. If you remember last week, he was en route to a top 5 finish before his connection blinked out. Oh, there he goes again. Before he blinked out, and I believe he was regulated back to about a 20th, 16th place finish.
It's looking like our pole sitter wants to be taking a high line.
Bold move there. I don't know if I'd go with the top line this early in the race. I just don't think the rubber's up there. I just don't think you have the grip. See Tahan Dank started up there. Look at that. He's getting all the way up near that wall.
And I don't think it matters if you're starting up high, if you get a good shot, and he just takes off like a rocket. There goes Riley. And up to second is Justin L. Brown trying to make a move.
Ryan Gavel still fighting on the bottom side. Looks like the 38 managed to use that top line to his advantage. Oh, Gavel's having some connection.
Dang, almost thinking about going 3 wide, but backs off. Very smart move. Would have been tricky.
On board of Dank. Oh, look at the on board of Dank as he tries to track down the 77. I mean, just look at the line he's running. Oh, caution's out.
Only about 10 laps in, and we've already got our second caution. Remember, this is only 8 laps, so we'll see how long we can go.
Looks like the 77, maybe the 44 was involved. Let's go ahead and take a look here.
Looking through, trying to figure out where this caution was. There's a lot of cars out here. We got 24 running. We had 26 cars that did lay down a qualifying lap, but only the top 24 get to run the actual race.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit tough to find the exact cause of it.
Well, I mean, just looking at our top 6, there's not much that has changed so far. And looking through, seeing how many people have changed.
I believe the reason for the last caution actually was Jim Moore.
Jim Moore, the number 7 car.
I'm not exactly sure what it was for because I'm looking through the replays here and it just doesn't look like he goes around. Looks
like I see the number 2 of Josh Walker, lap number 10, facing the wrong way.
Well, let me go ahead and take a look back at that because when I was looking, I couldn't see him around. Yes, and I do see it here. It looks like the 96 push up the track just a little. Just ends up pushing a little bit of net code with that one too. 2 goes around, stays up high, keeps it out of traffic.
Tad bit of net code. Also was a little bit of help from the 44 hitting the 96, who then got that net code on the number 2. So it looks like a lot of people trying to whoa up, slow down, going into these corners. Just not enough room. Just running over one another.
And that's the thing about South Boston. I mean, it's kind of funny that we went to the bull ring last week because this almost reminds me more of a bull ring here. There's just nowhere to go. I mean, passing here is just so difficult. You just got to find the right place to try and pass. But here, all the corners are so tight. It's kind of crazy, but the corners are the best place to pass because it doesn't have that wall.
Yeah, and I can see some of these cars really just people want to start moving through the field, but they just can't because there's not enough space. And we're going to be going green with Riley O'Connor going out front with another huge launch on the outside.
Real batters back to the pack. Almost Ryan Gavel just can't get that good launch on the restart.
Yeah, Riley's just taking off right when his car dips down, and Ryan hasn't gotten that timing right, but right now he's still staying on his bumper.
See 24 trying to track down the 77 of Ryan Gavel. I mean, just look at those lines. I mean, they're just sticking so close onto the yellow. You see the 38's actually dipping a little bit below it as the 77's actually tracking down the 30.
77's getting a little closer there. They're running a little bit different. The 37's getting a little lower on entry, while the 77 is hitting the yellow line a little bit on the apex. So their exits are a tad bit different, where the 38 is exiting a little bit higher than the 77.
See, I love these night races because these night races give you a little bit more in perspective on how heavily these drivers are using the brakes, because they're glowing at night. It looks like the 38's actually laying off the brake a little bit more than the 77.
While we have the leaders battling it out, they're finally catching up to lap traffic. There's the number 7 car trying to make a move. The leader gets into the 7. Then he takes up the top 3.
Tadank is wrecked. Everyone's wrecked.
You would think the lap car would get out of the way, but stays in the racing line, and 38 had nowhere to go. Absolutely plows into him.
That was Jim Moore in the 7 car. It just looks like he tried to hold his line, but his line was the preferred line. They wouldn't get out of the way. Let's go ahead and take a look back at that. A lot of implications. Jim Moore has been disqualified from the race by the official.
A lot of cars with damage on this one, and this could really affect. I mean, our leader for sure is affected. Second place.
Looking back here on the onboard of 38, you see him going low. Looks like the 7's just kind of changing his line every arc, and wow, it's just almost like hitting a parked car. He just stopped in that corner. I mean, just the speed difference between the 7 and the 38 was shocking.
I mean, the 7 was involved in our first caution, and you just didn't expect a lap car just to stay in his line. Usually they get out of the way, let the leaders go on by. It's so early in the race. I mean, he wasn't even battling for his position. It's very interesting.
It's just kind of shocking. And it's a chain reaction. Once the 38 hit him, the 77 plowed in. Everyone's plowing in behind him. Just there's nowhere they can go. And that is a big shakeup. It looks like the 38 is still in class of the field. Yes, not.
I mean, yes, he plowed into him, but it's going to be interesting to see if he's lost any power in this machine while he's driving around. It is a short track, so maybe you don't need as much power.
But I mean, looking from that nose cam, I mean, look at that whole metal bar that's protecting that front end. That's all bent. And the 77 of Ryan Gavel actually pitted. He went all the way back to 18th.
Cars are now grouping up and about to get ready to go. Are we going to see the 38 sticking strong, or is the 24 going to be able to make a move here? 24 also got a little bit of damage in that, as well as being in third place and just getting a little bit of
meaning more or less who didn't get damaged. There was no 38's the one who had any warning as they go back green. I mean, he's the only one who had any warning that someone was ahead of him.
38 tried to get his best launch as he could. I mean, he was doing what he's been doing for the past couple of
races. Look at the 24 all.
24 is right on top of him, but a yellow's out.
Yellow is out. Don't know who it was for. Looks like the 5 may have been involved.
We're cycling through, trying to figure out where this caution happened. But back with the leaders, I mean, Riley O'Keefe is really, you can tell he does not have the power that he once had in that vehicle. It's a struggle just to get going. 24 is right on his bumper. O'Keefe had been getting huge launches on these restarts and really could go nowhere.
It was actually Tahan Dank. Tahan Dank looks like he got a little bit of assistance from the 2 car.
Dank, also the 44 was involved in that.
Looking back here, looks like Dank, looks like he got a bad corner there, and the 2 is just all over him, just turns him around. 37 holds it up high, but the 44 just almost nowhere to go, just drives right. And that's unfortunate. I mean, he won our last race, and you can see him here just all rejected. I mean, just bad day for him.
I mean, it's not a good positive, but the one positive is that he got hit on the side, and it wasn't really that he got hit during where the engine is, so it shouldn't be any engine.
I mean, the great thing about these modifieds, they have bars all over, but unfortunately, these bars do get bent very easily, and they don't always protect you. I mean, look at the 38. I mean, the front bar's all bashed in. It's supposed to protect the engine, but he's getting awful launches. And it's worth noting the first car on new tires would be the 77 of Ryan. And look at Gavel. I mean, he's still all bent up everywhere.
Yeah, with all the leaders that got involved in that caution with the lap car previously, it's allowing people that were in the middle of the pack to really come pushing up front. I mean, we got a for 5th place.
See the 24 out there.
Coach Cody Tripp got to come up front, and
see the 24 a little bit on the outside. Looks like that 38 really wanted to control that restart, so he tried to check out the field a little bit.
Trying to. Everyone's starting to get into line.
I think you may be behind, champ. You're all back green. The 24 is still all over the 38.
Ooh.
Trying that preferred line down low. Just can he make it stick? The 88's waiting there just to get by. That 38 just does not have speed.
He's trying his best up on the high line, but he's just going to lose his spot there.
It just looks like it's getting way too tight on him.
A little bit.
As 38 starts flying through the field, unfortunately, the wrong door, as the new battle becomes between the 24 and the 88. Justin Brown here leading with Tommy in second. As we continue to see a 38. Looks like he's managed to hang on around.
Third is where he's at, but we got cars just side by side behind him.
Yeah, it looks like they're all just trying to get by him. See that 38 running that really low line now. And I don't know if it's going to work here going into lap 50, 60, because those tires start becoming worn. You see, he gets a little bit tight, starts sliding up the track just a little. And I think he's about to get moved here by the 2.
Moved, spun, whatever it's called, but it looks like it might be coming soon. Everyone behind him. Whoa, boy!
21 goes around.
And
they start piling in. 77 of Ryan Gavel's.
Cody Tripp was the one that got spun around. Everyone just felt like they were getting clogged up by the 38, and everyone's trying to just be kind.
It almost looked like Cody Tripp was the one who caused that, actually. Sorry, no, not the Cody Tripp. My apologies. Evan Nugent.
Yeah, Cody Tripp was one that got spun around initially, which then just caused everyone else to get backed up behind him.
As we look on the helmet cam of the 90, seems sending just a little bit too much in there, trying to dig for all he's got. Just sends the 2 just around just a little bit. And after that, just nowhere to go. Gets stuck way up high.
All right, Matt, here's a question for you. You're past halfway. We've had all these cautions. Do you feel safe anywhere at this moment?
Normally, my strategy would be going to the back of the pack, just riding it out until about 20 laps to go, and maybe just trying to fight my way up out of the half decrepit field. But at this point, there's no safe place. If you're in the back, you get caught up whenever whatever front or mid pack deals. If you're in front, well, then you have to deal with lap cars first, and typically as a lap car, you deal with the leader. You don't want to go a lap down. You start fighting the leader the hardest. Personally, I don't think there is any safe play.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Even in the lead, like we saw earlier, being in the lead, it wasn't safe. You had lap cars that kind of got in your way. Being in the middle, you've been seeing a lot of people get clogged up and spun around. In the back, you got to deal with all the cautions that happen in the middle.
As you see the 24 become one with the pace car. That's definitely what he's trying to do today. He wants to win. I mean, last week, Taehan Dank led almost every lap. And again, it's worth noting that the first person on the newest tires is Ryan Gavel. He's been on these tires for 21 laps. He's back in 9th, but he's been involved in plenty of these accidents. See the 38 getting right on that 24. I mean, he's on him.
Here they go.
As he
Great.
pushes him to the race. See the 24 sending in there deep. The 38's right on him. I think he's got good takeoff speed. Oliver wrecking in the back. Williams around. The 55's around. And just clogged up in the back.
Cars just got tight and madness ensued after that.
Let's go ahead and take a look just what caused that. Almost looks like the 88 just kind of stuffed it into the wall. Looks like Riley may have assisted him in stuffing in the wall. Let's go ahead and take a see here the 38 coming off the corner, just gets a little bit high, just door bangs him just a little bit, hits the 88 up into the wall, hits the 12 into the back of him. Point there is just, it was so much of a stack up that no one was going to back off.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I was talking about earlier, how the 38, he's been entering a lot sooner and exiting a lot higher. And the 88 just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And luckily, the 88's still up front, but everyone else went for a ride.
Just going to take a look on the onboard of the 12. Just see the 88. He's following the 88 like normal. Right on his bumper, getting ready to arc off the turn. 38 gets up a little bit. And that 88 just hits that wall and just slows him down so much. At that point, the 12 just had nowhere to go. He was getting hit from behind. He was trying to give Tommy just a little bit of room to recover and just not enough time. Currently, the 12 is on pit road here at the moment. And I don't know if Riley O'Keefe, I don't know if his plan is really just to win the race as more or less as it is just maintain every point that you can.
No, right now it is survival mode. His car...
I think he understands he's not going to win.
Yeah.
I've been proven wrong before, but I don't think he knows with his current equipment he can't win.
With
especially when he gets out front. See, the lights in the pace car are out. Looks like Justin Brown has selected the inside to restart. Riley is taking the outside.
There's that 77 with the freshest tires on up front.
Look at that 56 getting right on the back of the 56, getting right in the back of the 24.
There goes the 24.
Wow, he is off. Look, 6-6 diving it on low. 6-6 around. He's sliding to the inside. Grace is still green.
Grace is still green. And up to second comes the 88 car.
Didn't he just end up in the wall here just a few laps ago?
He was, but it's not driving his car, allowing him to still be up there. The 24 car looks like one of the cleanest cars up here with everything that's been going on.
Just look at how low that 38's diving, though. He's trying. He's running that fast line. I just don't know if those tires, if it can handle it.
Trying to hold out.
I mean, here's the thing, the mods are not very aerodynamic to begin with. I mean, this is making them even more aerodynamic.
With about 24 laps to go. This is the time they're going to start seeing people move a lot quicker, being a lot more aggressive. And there's that
is out. Looks like the 27's around. Go ahead and take a look here at the spin.
Looks like it was the 27 and the 96 game together.
27 just getting. Looks like the 27 knocked the arc off that corner. And looks like 96 just assisted him around a little bit. I don't know. That looks kind of suspect. '96 of Matthew Johnson. Let's go ahead and take a look at his helmet cam. See him here just coming off the corner. It almost looks like he just got either assisted around or just got a little bit loose.
He was assisted around. You can tell they were coming down the straightaway and got a little bit tangled.
Yeah, just when you look on the onboard, it almost looks like he just gets loose and he tries to save it. I mean, the outside camera shows a different story, but the inside camera just shows something else.
Yeah.
Just taking a look back at that, it almost looks like he locks it up and he's trying to save it. And in all of that commotion, guess who's leading? Oh, my apologies. I saw that wrong. Looks like for some reason they decided to register the 88 as the leader.
Yeah, there's some weird thing is going on. It seems
something appears like it's going on with the 24. Apparently, it's not registering the 24 as the leader. Got any extra confirmation on that? Looks like it's put him back in the 13th position.
Nothing from race control has been said, but based off the grid, it looks like the 24 is going to be starting in the back of the pack. Don't know exactly what happened.
So the 88's the new leader. As the 88 gets it back going.
88 did not get a good
Riley got going. Riley may be damaged, but he knows how to do his... But oh my god, he's getting caught fast. Oh, 98 gets turned around! Oh, there's a pilot back in the pack, the 6, the 95. William Christousian just had nowhere to go. And he's been doing such a great job of just trying to keep his nose clean. He's been caught in just a few incidents, but I mean, this one, it's pretty hard hit. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the replay. All I know is I saw the 98 sideways and just see him leave through the pack.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I mean, the 98 might be a car to watch out for coming to the end of this race, and then he gets spun around.
Yikes. Go ahead and take a look here. See him here coming through the corner. Looks like the 2 just got a little bit free there. Slides into the middle of the racetrack, and out of there, he has nowhere to go. Let's go ahead and take a look from the 6 of William. I mean, he just had nowhere to go there. I mean, he was hard on the brakes after, looks like the 95 just kind of hit him back into his path. I'm going to go ahead and start this all the way back at about, looks like the exit of the... See William in the 6. He's going. Everyone kind of checks up there a little bit. Looks like he hits 95. I mean, he slams on the brakes. He kind of knocks into the back of 98. Just unfortunate all around.
Very sad to see all those cautions. But right now, looking in the top 3, Rick Thompson Jr. The man qualified 23rd. We talked about who is going to be making it through the pack and surviving. He is in 3rd place, from 23rd to 3rd. I don't know how he got up.
Look at that graphic. Just wow, 20 positions. Especially in this. I haven't seen him in one wreck tonight. I mean, commentators jinx, but I mean, here's the thing. You can win either a championship. Consistency's the next best thing.
You got the 74, and you also got the 15. That was in 21st where you qualified.
I think he might be able to get a good restart.
A lot of cars we haven't seen up here in the top 5, but are here now. Who's going to make the moves? Who's going to survive? We've got 11 laps. Who is going to win this race? Here we go.
It's an amazing restart once more. Look at that 74. 74 is making the pass for 3rd on Josh Walker. It looks like he just can't get it done just yet. As the 88's now starting to charge that 38. So they may just give him a little bit of
Getting a little close. The 15 car back in 4th place. He's trying to get on the 74. Not going to move. Going to fall back.
Just look at him wheel that car. Gets right on his bumper again.
I think the 88's trying to make a message. Hey, I'm here. I'm going to move you.
Oh, he moved him. He just got on him and moved him right out the corner.
88 car now going to try to get past it, and once he gets past the 38, I think he's just going to take off like a rocket.
You know, I think I'd hold the brake to make sure that 2 got behind me, because that's going to happen.
The 38 didn't like that. The 2 car is going to be going under the apron, going to go for the lead. 74.
That's the whole reason. I would have. Oh, look at the 2.
74
turns around.
Carnage up front. The lead isn't the same as we've seen that all race long.
I was going to say right before about 88 let the 38 get behind. You know, I don't know if I would have stopped and let him get behind me. I think I would have held the brake a little bit, let Josh Walker get on my bumper, just so the 38 couldn't get in. Because you know that once you gave him the shot back at your bumper, you don't do that. They call it the bump and run for a reason. He bumped, but he couldn't run.
That was...
We're going to look at here at a few incidents. We're going to look at the 88 giving the bumper to the 38, and then vice versa, getting it right back.
I mean, this is rubbing and racing with all less than 10 laps to go. You knew action was going to pick up more than it was all race, and we were having a wreck fest. Might as well make it crazy up front. We got 4 laps to go now while everyone's under green. We might be having a green light checkered.
Just a moment getting this replay.
This has been a very quick race. 80 laps. We're coming close to that marker now, and we've only been racing for about 35 minutes.
It's the whole shock right now. Looks like we're having some difficulties getting the race screen back up here.
Well, while we're waiting on the race screen to come back up, I'm going to be talking about the top 3. Josh Walker, the number 2 car, had a little bit of instances in the beginning of the race, but he's back up here, qualified 17th, now in 1st. The 88 car of Tommy, he's been up in 2nd all race long, it seems like, qualified 5th, now up to 2nd. Rick Thompson Jr., qualified 23rd, just made it into the race, and he's up to 3rd. The pace car is lining everyone up and is about to get going.
Unfortunately, we're still having issues with the race screen. Looks like it may have locked up.
All right, sounds like I'm gonna have to do some radio play-by-play.
Oh, we've gotten all the way back going.
Oh, we're good. Okay, that's good.
Cars are able to do a replay here, but we'll get you a nice finish. Looks like the 74 did not. Oh, big wreck in the pack. 24's around. 15 is on the hood of the 17. Looks like the 74 may have kicked that one off, just not being able to get restarted.
I mean, it really wasn't just the 74. Everyone up front did not go. They switched up. I mean, they switched up everything. Race control came in saying, you guys have been taking off way too quick. You got to wait. You got to wait for the pace car.
70. Like the 74 is waiting for it to restart. The 2 kind of bottlenecked, and after that, the 24 kind of piled into the back of, I think that was the 17. Yeah, that restart looks like it bottled everyone up. As we see it here from the 24, 24 is pushing the 17, hooks the 17 when they don't get going. I mean, he did an amazing job to keep it off the wall. I mean, he just hit every car trying to keep it off the wall. Over ARCA braking. Coming back to the caution, we will be extended for a green-white checkered. As we see here, Josh Walker is currently listed as the race leader.
Looks like our top 3 are still the same top 3 from that last restart.
Anything from race control?
Race control is saying that last restart looks like all the leaders have been taking off when the pace car, when they get the go green with the pace car is off the track. They are now being told up front that you can take off once the pace car is off the track. You must wait for the pace car to be off the track. So no one's just driving through it.
I mean, that 38's gotten some great restarts by just, you know, as soon as the green flag waves, not even the pace car's off the track, just running and launching. 24 has gotten some great restarts like that too.
And that was the switch up that race control gave them on that last restart, and that's why it kind of bottled everyone up. Everyone was kind of used to that, just take off and go, instead of waiting up, hold on, let's give it a second before we take off, boys.
But I mean, you just got to look at that. I mean, everyone's been so used to taking off with the pace car, like still on the track. Now changing up 80 laps into the race. I mean, we're on lap 85, 87. We've got 2 green white checkers. I don't know if they're going to... It's going to take some moments for everyone to kind of shake out of their system, because you time those restarts so precisely. I mean, once you miss that restart this short of a track, your race is over.
Well, they're racked up, ready to go.
Now, I'm going to give you 2 perspectives here. What do you think about the 88? What's your position here? Do you think you can arc in front of the 2 if you get a good enough restart? And also the 74. Do you just put the bumper to the 2 and hope to move them out of the way and just run away with it?
I mean, based on what we've been seeing, and
back to green flag. Looks like the 88 tried.
74 is going to let him in.
Look at Ryan Gavel all over the back of the 74. But now it's just a battle between the 88 and the 2. The 88 launches. He's trying to move him out of the way.
We see the 88 make it forward. He's got to make it now. We're on the white flag. The 88 car right on top of the 2 with the 74 behind him.
I think in that third corner, that 88 is going to use it 2 as the brakes.
Here he goes. He's going to
Barry moves him.
He's going to get under the 2 car. There's carnage everywhere behind. The 2 cars not even going to get third. He's
2 cars around
the flag.
Everyone's wrecking.
Oh my goodness.
It's over. Tommy has won this race.
Where?
Don't get that wrong. And the 38 has came back to second after being wrecked from the lead.
You saw the 88 do it earlier. Practice that.
The 88s ran into the wall. So we have got a lot to unpack from that. So let's go ahead and we're going to take a look back at that last lap move. And then we're going to go take a look back at that whole last lap carnage. And then we're going to look back at the 38 and the 88 having a little bit of a disagreement earlier. Jeez. I mean, this is the one time where I can say the 88 did exactly what I thought he was going to do.
You saw him do it earlier. He practiced it. And just, wow.
I mean, you know, if you're in that lead going into the final lap and he's on you, you're sitting. And we're looking here from the onboard of the 80. getting into that final corner, just trying to gather it up. He didn't even stop, just hit him in the back, just wanted to move, just enough to move him out of the way, not wreck him. Almost hit that pit wall coming back to the finish line. Now, I know there was one car that I saw in the air, and it was the 56 car.
56 car was the one that hit the 2 to push him go across the line and flipped over the line.
Well, the 56 was involved in a few incidents.
Race control gonna have a fun time watching over this.
So we're gonna look from the nose camera of the 50. This is going on the final lap. Ryan Gabble right in front of him loses it a little bit. Yeets the 74 out of the way. Gets spun around a little bit. Gets hit from the behind by the 98. Gets back going. Revs it up. Full throttles. The 2's in the way. Just nowhere to go and run straight through him. I mean, here's the thing. At that point, get to the finish. I mean, he managed to come back to a 11th place finish. And that doesn't really usually mean much, but the 2 of Josh Walker, who was leading the race, finished 10th. So, I mean, that's getting all you can, really grab.
And now we're waiting to see if the drivers are going to be coming in.
There is one more view I'd like to see on that is the 38, because the 38 managed to snake his way through. He was in 6th.
Of all the madness that happened from 3rd place on.
I mean, he was in 6th that last restart. Going to last lap on the onboard of the 38 car. Seen the 38 here just kind of snake his way through. I mean, just shocking how he managed to get all through that. Alrighty, so there's one last that we'd like to look at, and that's the 38 and the 88 moving each other out of the way. I mean, just that's a lot to unpack. I mean, just seeing the 88 move to 2. I mean, with it being a 10-race series, I mean, it's not an honorable move that the 2 of the 2 of Joshua that move going forward.
Yeah, I mean, it was moves that we saw all race long. It was the bump and run. Hopefully, he didn't completely spin the guy out, but it kind of happened a few times.
I mean, here's the thing. With it being a 10-race series, I mean, you're just trying for everything you've got. I mean, one win can make the difference in this 10-race series. As we're looking from the back of the 2 of seeing him come here, 88 hits him once, hits him twice, tries to move him out of the way. He's trying to recover, Carnage behind him. 2's trying to recover, spins it out right before the line, but thankfully he's got the 56 to help him across as he shifts it in reverse. But wow, what a race. That had its twists and turns. Let's go ahead and take a look at your results here. All right, we're looking through results here. Obviously, the 88 has come across the line first. And just looking at the gap between first and second, it's just surprising. The 88 of Tommy finishes first. Riley was in that huge accident. He was really the first big caution in the race. He was the first big caution in the race, ran into the back of the 7 car. After that wreck, we thought he was done. He managed to rally back all the way to 2nd place. Then going on to 3rd, Ryan Gavel, he was also involved in that wreck with the 38. He decided to come down pit road, take a new set of tires, get a little bit of damage repaired. I mean, he managed to battle back to 3rd after that huge accident. Scott Richard, a name that we haven't heard up here. He managed to finish fourth. Michael Timmerman, he managed to finish fifth. Justin Brown rallied back to a sixth place finish after about a curious black flag put him all the way back to 12th. Rick Thompson was in seventh. Justin Swan was in eighth. Kenny Zeems finishing ninth. And Josh Walker, after being turned in that last lap, finishes 10th. As we go through the rest of your results here, a few notables. Evan Nugent, he was up in the front of the pack for a little bit of this, and almost every time he got up there, just he got hit out of the way or gets knocked back or spun. Another notable, Cody Tripp, one of our top 3 finishers last week. He actually finished 19 laps down in 17th. Tahan Dank, another notable name, in 15th. He won the race last week. I would say that probably the best person set up here would be Ryan Gavel in points. Especially since he did have that last week incident where he did spin around, or my apologies, he did lag out. He's still in the best position with him finishing third here, and I believe he got a top 10 last weekend. So let's go ahead and we'll get all of your interviewees here as we can get them. So you can just go ahead and stand by. Ahead and all right, we're going to go ahead and pull in the third place finisher of Ryan Gavel as Gavel attempts to run away from us. There we go. I've got Ryan Gavel here, third place finisher. I don't even know where to start unpacking here. How? The first question I've got for you, that first wreck with the 7 car. How? What were you thinking then?
So yeah, that was kind of interesting. Coming into 3, I didn't even see him till the last second, and then he was there and he stopped, and there was just no missing it. Piled everybody up, but the main issue was the fact that he wasn't even supposed to be in the race. 24 car, top 24 in qualifying, we're supposed to make it. He was 25th, so don't know what the deal was there, but got taken out, but we made it back up somehow. Should have done a little better though.
Yeah, Ryan, you looked like you had a really good car. You came back from that issue. You slowly were working your way up. Did you really feel like you had something for the leaders at the end there?
Honestly, not really. It was just kind of depending on how the wrecks turned out, and they turned out in our favor. Ended up third, but had a ton of engine damage, so I didn't really think I had the speed, but
it's worth noting. This is a good redemption for you. Last week you had connection issues, and this week you battle back to a third place finish after heck, you got in a wreck and you're put all the way back to, I believe, 20th. You've managed to battle back all the way to third. How does that feel?
It's pretty good. Last week I kind of got screwed. I was third on the white flag and ended up I blinked out, and the guy in fourth couldn't see me. Not at his fault at all, but he took me out because he couldn't see me, so ended up 10th there. But fought back for third this time, thank God. I didn't think I'd be able to, but ended up being a bit of a wreck fest and got up there. So
I'm going to say, because I don't actually have any math in front of me or any papers in front of me, I think you might be the best set up on points. I'm not sure about that, but I think you're probably near the top 5 in the point standings here at the moment. Obviously, everyone has a chance to win this championship, but with your 2 races here, how do you think the upward momentum is going to go?
Yeah, it's definitely close. A lot of the guys that did well last week ended up in the back this week. Tehan, who won last week, he ended up like 14th or 13th or so or something like that. So I think, yeah, he's 15th. So definitely gained some points on those guys. I'm not sure where I am either math-wise, but definitely top 5. And hopefully I end up with a shot here with the champ.
Nice to hear. I'll go ahead and I'll let you enjoy your night. Thanks for racing with us, and thanks for talking with us.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Anyone you want to shout out while you're still here? My apologies.
No, you're good. I got to show up to the guys for running the league, the ROC Modifieds for setting up this thing. It's a pretty cool deal to be run by a real series like that. So, yeah, it's.
Well, thank you very much, Ryan. Have a nice night.
Yeah, thank.
Oh, I yeeted him out mid sentence. My apologies, Ryan, when you're listening back. Well, as our third place finisher, Ryan Gavel. And we're going to bring our second place finisher, Riley, out. He was the one involved in that whole incident with the 7 car. Don't know what his thoughts on that are. I'll go ahead and I'll let Sam lead off here when I pull. Hello, Riley. This is Matthew in the Flatout Racing Network booth. Tough race for you, but you battled back to a good second place finish. What was your thoughts in that whole incident with the 7 car?
Honestly, I don't even remember who was in the 7 car. But
that was the 7 of Jim Moore.
I don't even remember what happened. What lap was that on?
That was on lap around 20, I believe. He just kind of parked it in the low line. And,
that lap car? That lap car?
Yeah.
I thought he was going high, and I didn't expect him to just stop going into turn 3, and I T-boned him, and that destroyed my front end, and I lost 100 RPMs from that. So I was just riding around the whole race. That was rough.
I saw you arc into that corner, and it's like you thought he was going up high, but you arced in the corner. You just stayed still. It almost slowed down.
But I was committed to that low line. I couldn't back out at that point.
But I mean, I think I can go on at least undoubted on this one. You had the car to beat today, at least with those restarts and everything. I mean, even after your damage, managing to battle back like that, I mean, does that give you a vote of confidence going forward?
I mean, I guess you could say so, but I don't really got to look forward to anything because I don't think I'm in it for points. Probably not because I missed a few races. But especially last week at the bull ring, that was rough.
Yeah, but this is the second race of the season, so I think you're still
race. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think you're still solidly in points there.
Yeah. But you just got to stay out of the wrecks and you get a good night or qualify up front.
Yeah, Riley, throughout the race, you've seen a lot of the leaders getting bumped and run throughout the entire time. What was your thoughts on, was it bump them out of the way so I can get through, or was it trying to pass guys?
Well, when I was in first, and this was when Tommy had a clean car, he kept bumping me, and I wasn't very happy. So when he got by me, I drove through him because I really wasn't that happy with him. And we were yelling at each other in Discord, but after the caution came out, we all settled it out, and then we went back to racing each other clean towards the end there, and Tommy came out victorious.
You know, speaking of clean racing, I have to ask your opinion on this. I mean, do you feel what the 88 did to the 2 was, right? I mean, you're saying in any position. I mean, if you want to win, you're obviously going to move the guy. But I mean, would you feel differently as that was you for the lead and he moved you out?
If I was a 2, I would have been pissed.
I mean, I don't know if moved is the right word. Assisted out of the way.
Or pile drive. That one works too.
I mean, will that change how you race? Having the 88 behind you, will that change how you race from now on?
Well,
I mean, just knowing that someone will do that.
Me and Tommy, we always do that to each other. But if he hits me first, I'll hit him back harder, and then he'll probably wreck me, or I'll wreck him back. But
I mean, a lot of people just knowing that they have someone behind them that's willing to do that move. I mean, that would change how they race. I mean, last week with Ryan Gavel, I mean, a lot of the people said, oh, man, I didn't know he would actually stick his nose in like that. That's going to change my opinion about him a little. I mean, just food for thought.
Yeah, a lot of people just like to dive it in there that catch me off guard a few times, but I like the people that actually set you up and pass you.
And unfortunately, with South Boston, just the small racetrack does not cater to it.
It honestly helped me out a little bit tonight being here with the engine damage because I wasn't too far behind, but I was still struggling.
Yeah,
if Justin Brown didn't get that restart jump, then he would have had that race won.
Yeah, I saw you with your tires on that apron, just trying for everything you could.
Oh, I tried to make that track as short as I could, trying to get around that dude. But he got that great run off of 2 and had half a car length on me going into turn 3.
Sam, you got anything?
Well, Riley, it was a great race watching you get that damage early on in the race and staying up front. Is there anyone else you want to thank before we let you go?
I mean, I gotta thank Tommy for after I almost destroyed him for racing me clean to the end of the race, and Justin Brown for the motivation in Discord.
Nice to hear. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'll cast you out back to the drivers' channels. Go ahead and wish you luck. Hopefully, you're in here next race and we can be talking and celebrating the victory.
All right, 10-4.
And he has been successfully cast out. Now we've got Tommy in the 88 here. This time I'll actually let Sam go first.
Tommy J, our winner this week at the Southern Boston race. Tommy, congratulations on the win. How was those last couple of laps?
Not too sure. I definitely didn't want to race them the way I did. I definitely was planning on moving them. Definitely not the way it was. I think the eagerness just got to me. Definitely didn't want to do it like that, and I want to say a huge apology to him. Josh Walker, I believe it was, in the
Correct.
number 2 car.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely didn't want to do it like that.
I do have to ask a question. I mean, with that whole move, do you think Josh is going to come back at you? I mean, here's the thing. I've moved 1 or 2 people in racing. I mean, and usually it's I'm used to what goes around comes around. I mean, do you expect anything back, or do you think you guys can be able to work it out?
Oh, I fully expect it back. I won't be surprised, and I definitely deserve it. I didn't want to do it like that. Hopefully, I could probably find him on Discord and talk to him about it. But if not, I'd fully expect it back.
Well, Tommy, we got to see you racing like really aggressive up front and staying up front most of the race. What were your thoughts with the 7 car incident that happened early on in the race? I think you got a little bit damage from that.
I was confused by it too, because from where I was, it just looked like Riley pile drived him and didn't even attempt to move. But like he said, he was expecting to move up, and I guess that's what we all were. So we all piled in the back of him. Luckily, I only lost 50 or so RPMs from that, but then ended up losing another 50 later on.
I mean, the characteristics of South Boston, I mean, just it's so short of a tracks that when the 38 managed to pile into the back of the 7, I mean, it just checked everyone up because there's no time to stop, nowhere to evade. I mean, what's your opinion on these just short tracks? I mean, where there's nowhere you can.
Well, South Boston's very different too, because it's got that inside wall, so there's really nowhere to go. When there's a wreck, it's really just try and hit the brake as hard as you can and hope you don't get rear-ended.
It's very true. That's what we were seeing a lot of during all the wrecks that were going on this race. Tommy, congratulations on the race. Is there anyone that you want to thank?
I definitely do want to thank Riley and Justin. We were in the Discord the whole time. Definitely some bragging rights there. We were all talking about who was going to win it, who wanted it more. Yeah, just them. Obviously my dad and all them for allowing me to sit on iRacing all day and do it.
Congratulations on your win. You did great standing up front. This was your South Boston race.
Do say that was a strong power move that you pulled in that final lap.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it. I definitely didn't want to do it like that. Like I said, I was planning on moving them. I just checked that hit the brakes a little bit too late. Definitely didn't want to do it like that.
I do have to say, speaking freely, I'd be a little bit concerned if I were you, because just the possibility of, hey, other competitors knowing that I'm willing to do that, it just kind of scares me what they're willing to do to me.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't want anyone to think I race like that. If you see the other laps, you can see that I did bump Riley around. Then again, it's we're friends, so we're just doing it back to each other. But even then, with him, I wasn't going that hard.
Yeah, I love seeing you and the 88 just kind of knocking each other around. I was wondering why you didn't drag the brakes a little bit and let the 2 get up behind you so he didn't hit you.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot going through your mind when you're doing all these laps here. Just when's the next caution going to be, because you know it's going to be soon. So you just got to really focus and just run your laps clean as you can, especially with no fast repairs or anything like that.
Well, thank you very much for talking with us, Tommy. Thanks for letting us question you a lot. Do you have anyone you want to shout out or anyone you want to say?
Yeah. Obviously, like I said, Riley and Justin, my dad and my parents for letting me sit on here as much as I do, not getting too mad about it. I also want to thank Rick Thompson Jr. He's a really good friend. I think, got caught up in that wreck on the last lap. That's gotta suck.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Tommy. We're going to go ahead and I'll pick a random room, and I'll go ahead and I'll shoot you.
All right, thank you.
Well, that was a race. Just wow. I mean, Sam, what's your whole opinion on that?
South Boston came and it went. It chewed up cars, tossed them in and out. I mean, you weren't safe in the lead, you weren't safe in the middle or the back. Everywhere was just dangerous to be at.
I still maintain the whole. It just. I don't think the bull ring should be named the bull ring. I think South Boston should be named the bull ring. Just nowhere to go.
I mean, that's really what it was. Nowhere to go once someone got around. I think it was really said clearly when you saw a wreck, you slam on the brakes, hope for the best. Tommy, congratulations on the win. And what's our next race here, Matt?
Our next race is at Langley here on November 21st. It's going to be the exact same time, exact same channel. Next two races that we have coming up, or at least three races we have coming up, is Langley on November 21st. Then we take a off week for good old Thanksgiving. And then we come back on December 5th for the USA International Raceway, I believe, or International Speedway. And then we come back for 5 Flags on December 12th.
A lot more short tracks here with the modified series. This was South Boston. This was with the Sim Racing. The
Flatout Racing Network.
That's right.